Hi everyone, this is Brian Neal, founder of Tradetobefree.com, and today I want to talk about how to trade in the wake of the Brexit. It's a very scary situation for a lot of traders and investors, and there's no need to fear it if you have the right strategy for the current market conditions and use a proven swing trading approach. You can still profit whether the market goes in any direction, and I'm going to show you how to do that today, how we do that through our Tradetobefree.com methodology. I'm also going to show you some of the latest performance of our recent stock picks on the site, and I'm going to show you how to do this without day trading, without having to jeopardize your day job by watching the stock market and the noise in the market throughout the market day. This is a swing trading approach that you can utilize while placing the trades after hours. So whether you work first shift or third shift, you can place the trades anytime between 4 p.m. and 9:30 a.m. the next day. So this is a great strategy, and I'm going to show you how we use it to make money in, like I said, in any market condition. To do this, I'm going to show you some recent trading setups and show you how we do it during a market uptrend. And that was the case over the past 2-3 weeks. And to do that, I'm going to take a look at the stock picks from May 31st. Okay, and in this video, I'm going to show you the classic swing trading setup we look for in our own trading, and also for subscribers on Tradetobefree.com. In a previous video, I had a stock, PRMW, Primo Water. I talked about it as being a great channeling stock opportunity. And back at the end of May, there was a situation where the stock was consolidating, pulling back to its uptrend support again. And we thought that would be a great opportunity to feature it in the newsletter and have people look at it before it reached its technical entry point. And with our system, the entry point is a close above the short-term downtrend resistance. So when you go into the newsletter, or if you want to use the system by reading our book and utilizing the what's taught in the book, you can draw these lines yourself. But in our system, what we do is we look for this real strong uptrend, long-term uptrend, and we wait for the price to close above the short-term downtrends back to the uptrend support. Okay, you can see here that was a very successful strategy, not once but twice this year so far. And here we had a great swing trading setup where the stock had made new highs, 52-week highs, had pulled back, had a great entry point, and then took off, rebounding off these moving averages here. So it was a really great setup and really took off for us 20%, over 20% within, make sure that's correct here. Yes, about 20% or so within a week or two after reaching our target entry point. So that's the type of setup we look for. Stocks in a long-term uptrend that are pulling back to their uptrend support. And we also only look for stocks that are beating estimates with rising future expectations, or stocks that are top growth stocks. Now, the second stock, which I want to draw your attention to, falls into more of the latter category, where it's a top growth stock, and this is XRS. And again, we see this uptrend support developing where we have not one or two tests of it here and here, but we have 3 tests. Okay, now that confirms that uptrend support. Before that point, there's no confirmation of the uptrend. Okay, so a lot of people like to use two touches within the uptrend and call that the uptrend support, but it's really not confirmed until you have that third touch. So I want to make that distinction in this video, and it's important to have the best trading setups in front of you before going into the market and risking your own money. So I want to make sure that you're aware of that. That's now a confirmed uptrend support, and we can see here when we featured the stock, the price was pulling back towards its uptrend support in this short-term downtrend. Again, the entry point is a close above this short-term downtrend. Now here we can see that it closed above the short-term downtrend. Okay, pulled back one more time and then started to take off, move up, consolidate, and take off. And we can see even once the Brexit news was in place, or known, I should say, that the stock gapped lower but actually closed very strongly, and that's a good sign. And so this stock could carry on a lot further next week, given how strong it acted during the day on Friday. So that's a really good trading setup that we look for. You want to see a long-term confirmed uptrend for at least several months. You want to see those pullbacks, watch those pullbacks back to the uptrend support, and wait for the price to close above that short-term downtrend, and that's basically what we look for. But again, it's only on the top stocks. You want to have the fundamentals on your side too, not just the technicals, especially for swing trades. Now, for a day trade and with a news event, that doesn't really come into play, but earnings estimate revisions and whether a stock is beating those estimate revisions and the growth characteristics of the stock, whether they have very strong sales growth and earnings growth over a sustained period of time or not, is also an important factor in a swing trade. Okay, not so much for day trading, but for a swing trade, it really comes into play. And that's why we only focus on the best growth stocks and also companies beating expectations with rising future estimates. Okay, and XRS at the time really fit that bill, and we can see that it made a nice move once it reached its ideal entry point. And even with the Brexit vote and what happened on Friday, the stock still acted very strongly. When the market's making higher highs and higher lows, we look for these long trading setups. And what may happen next week, we don't know yet for sure, but what may happen next week is the market may rebound and carry on with its longer term uptrend. Or it may turn over on Monday and Tuesday and not rebound much and go into a larger leg downward. So we're watching that closely early next week. And if it does do that, then we'll start looking at short setups in the market. Okay. And in the meantime, we're probably going to hold fast and be very choosy and selective about which swing trading setups to take part in. But there's, that little time period where the market's switching trends from going from a uptrend to a downtrend. And during that period, you want to be more careful with the swing trading approach and make sure that you're on the right side of the trend and make sure it does confirm the trend change. Recent feature trading setups like this one, CVGI, which is a very strong bull flag pattern, acted very well after the Brexit vote. This stock was featured breaking out of this pattern here of a bull flag, and it really moved strongly higher for us. It was about a 20% move higher within about a week or so, and then it pulled back to test a breakout area on Friday, but it again closed very strongly, so that's a good sign. And Mobileye was another stock that we featured this week on Thursday, and this stock, is breaking out of this sort of flat base consolidation or double bottom pattern on a daily chart. More so, looks more like a flat base actually on a weekly chart. But it broke out of broke this 40, I think it was 41.37 area or level on Thursday. And or on Wednesday, I should say, and when we first talked about in the newsletter, and then it actually moved very strongly higher the next day, and then we featured it in the site as our top pick the next night, and said our target entry point was the next morning. And what we do is we put a market order to buy the stock at the open, and if you would have done that, you would actually be up in this position. The open on the day was 41.18, and the close was 41.70. So that's being up 1.5% on a day the market was down more than 3.5%. So, swing trading can be a very effective way to play the market, make money during these volatile times. Now, early next week will be very telling. We may, depending on what we see Monday morning, we may go ahead and exit this position, get out of it, and take a small profit, or we may hold on to it depending on how the market reacts on Monday. So it gets a little trickier at that point, depending on whether the market is going to confirm that new downtrend or not. But if it does confirm a new downtrend, a new bearish environment for the stock market, we'll still watch the stock and watch it consolidate, pull back, and see what kind of base formation it forms at that point. If it really pulls back a lot, then we'll have less interest in it. If it pulls back a little bit and has a bullish shape to the pattern, then we'll go ahead and watch it for another breakout once the market bottoms and starts to confirm a new uptrend, which could be, next week. It could be a few months. It could be next year. We're not sure right now. So we'll wait for the market to tell us which way it wants to go, and how we determine that is by watching closely for what we call a bullish confirmation signal, which is explained more in our book and explain more in the newsletter on our site. So, if the market does confirm the bearish move on Friday early next week, then we'll start looking for short swing trading setups. And I'm going to give you an example. This time, I'm going to show a short setup. Here is a good one that we had a bit ago. We normally don't go short until the market starts to turn over in a convincing way. But here's a recent short setup, and this is CONN. And so we'll look for patterns like this where you have not an uptrending channel, but a downtrending channel, where you've got this downtrend resistance, and you'll wait for that rebound rally to turn over and start to move back towards the support level. Now, there's a lot more to it than that, but this particular opportunity, went from I think $13. We had it down to about, well, right now it's below $8. So, you could have taken a quick profit of 20% or so on this, kept a portion of your position, and rode that trend, this longer term downtrend lower, and had another big win on the other half of your position. So I think it's up, if you would have done that, it's up like 40% at this point, I believe. So anyway, that gives you an idea of how to play both a market uptrend and also when the market starts to turn over and goes into a new downtrend, which we may be seeing in the weeks ahead. So there's no need to fear it. You just have to have a strategy, a good swing trading strategy to take advantage of it. And with your aggressive portfolio, now, of course, you don't want to use all your money in your retirement accounts or your retirement nest egg, but a portion of your overall portfolio, whichever is right for you, based on conversations with your financial advisor or your own research. That aggressive portfolio, you can get a lot more out of it if you play the current market trend. So, which is what we do at Tradetobefree.com, looking for these stocks that either have the rapidly improving fundamentals or declining fundamentals, and these very good chart patterns and price patterns that we can play off in their either channels or their other chart patterns. So anyway, my message to you today is that the Brexit, if you're a swing trader, can be a very good thing, a very profitable event if you have the right strategy. And using this strategy, for instance, you can do very well. And if you want to give it a try, go ahead and go to our site at Tradetobefree.com and sign up for our 3-week free trial. There's no credit card required. Just enter your name and email address on the site, and we'll send you 3 weeks free of our weekly alert newsletter with our 2 top trading setups per week, either long or short. Normally long, but during times when the market is in a downtrend, we'll have short trading setups in that newsletter, and you can see in real time how we trade the market and how you can actually profit from these periods of volatility. Also, go to our site. There's a blog there. You can keep up with us there. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to see our latest videos when they first come out. We also have a special offer to join Tradetobefree.com and the Daily Alert newsletter, which comes out 4 days a week with a lot of great trading setups throughout the week. So to take advantage of that, you would just go ahead and click the down arrow if you're on your mobile device below the video, or if you're on your desktop computer right now, you can just go look below the video, click the more button down below, and you'll see the link for the special offer that we have going right now for the Daily Alert. Again, it's this time not to be frightened, but to be excited. With your long-term positions, it's best to sort of stay the course and make any necessary adjustments that you're going to make anyways. But in your trading account, in your aggressive portfolio, it's a good time to look at really good short opportunities. If this pullback that we saw on Friday is confirmed next week, because we'll have some good short trading setups on our site, and you can also find yourself, if you have the time and energy, to scour the market every day like we do. That's about it for now. Best of luck in your trading, and look for new videos in the weeks ahead.